We do this as long as you want to. But I'll dance a little bit. I'm not going to tell you that, I already went to the gym this The beat is hot.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Saturday's Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe.
Dang it. Stand back from the mic. I have COVID-19.
Oh,
this is not a joke. It's not for laughs. I actually do have it. The good thing for y'all is we're on video, so you will not get it. You don't have to fear. I am not contagious through the airwaves.
Right.
Of course, you are in my house, but then you're probably already exposed to it. So anyways, we weren't sure if we were even going to go today. COVID-19 really, really sucks. But I thought about it for the last couple of days. Even you're like, are we going to go? Not going to go? I'm like, I don't know. I got to see how my energy level is, because it does drain your battery for sure. But the hardest part for me has been the stomach pains, man. But this is what I thought. I thought, first of all, people like our show, and it gives you an opportunity to be more the lead today. So you're going to take the reins. I'm going to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not going to talk as much, but also I thought, well, people might have questions. You know what I mean? Like, honestly.
On the COVID side, you're right.
On the COVID side. So I thought, I'm not going to shy away from it. If you want to ask me questions about, the symptoms or, what we're doing. I mean, I think the world knows that I have 8 kids. So there are 7 kids at the house today. The oldest is flown the coop and he doesn't come back very often. But my second daughter, Marlena, who is going to school in Florida, she actually came back yesterday. And we were kind of concerned about that. Like, should we even let her come home? But we really didn't have much of an option because, again, you get all these things in place. It's like you can't just change airfare at the drop of a hat. And, her college was closing down. So she had to go.
Oh, yeah. It was closing down for the holiday.
Yeah. She had to go. There's no one going to be there for a month. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, where do you go? So,
well, the good thing is if she stays away, as much as she could from the family, but she could be under, the quarantine. Under the quarantine.
My 6-year-old jumped on her the second she saw her.
Right.
We all knew that was going to happen. So that would be ideal, right? Isolate and keep her separate. But what's really going to happen is she's either going to get it or she isn't. But
and I wasn't saying keep her separate. I knew it was too late. You have 8 kids. There is no way. That's like me when we found out my mother had it and I quarantined. There is no way that when I came back in, I had my granddaughter there. What did you want me doing?
Exactly.
So, but for you, I was just saying at least she's off. She doesn't have to go back for a month, correct?
Well, and honestly, she doesn't have to go back. She could, because they're teaching everything online too. So one of those schools where you can go or stay. Now, she prefers to be there. Trust me. She's not an online learner fan at all. She, I think that's actually one of the reasons why she picked that school, honestly.
On the opposite side of the United States from mom and dad.
Yeah, that's not that as much a big deal for her. Like, you know what I mean? She does want to be like independent. I totally get it. Like, who wouldn't?
Right.
You can get smothered here. But she didn't have to be 3,000 miles away for that. But, she does like going to school. She's in a work program. And now she's made friends. She's got friends there. Her best friend is there. And, anyways, it's good. It's a good thing. We've moved a lot. So, if there's any way to get her back there, that's what I want to do. But, at the end of the day,
if something happens and she has to stay home, boom. Now,
then
I think it's great that she's back home with you. And I saw some of the pictures on Facebook this morning and stuff like that.
Did you see? Oh my gosh. I don't like to do this. I don't usually show a lot of pictures of my family, but I'm going to show one. It's like my favorite picture that I've taken in a long time.
Was it from yesterday?
Yeah. Did you see it?
I browsed through all of them. No, I did not see that one.
Yeah. Well, you probably saw the ones that my wife put up. So what happens is my wife shoots all her phone, her pictures that you see from my wife are shot with her iPhone. So it's easy to go to social media. You know, for me, I'm always shooting with my Canon.
Right. And then you go, right.
It's not as easy. And then if I'm shooting a RAW, then you can't even go straight because the files are humongous. So you got to edit them up. And anyways, but this is my favorite picture in a long time. And I'll tell you guys as a photographer, kind of some of the reasons why I like this picture so much. I thought, this could be a little bit of an education if you guys are interested. But first of all, the low light front light face, just a little bit of a brighter background adds a little bit of dimension. That's a lot of fun. You cannot deny the smile. The smile is beautiful. And the content, every girl dreams about being a princess at one point. That doesn't mean they're going to always want to be a princess. And I'm not trying to say being a princess is the ultimate dream for everybody. But, my daughter, who this is, these are both my daughters actually, but, she really wants to be a princess. Like she's still at that age, you know what I mean? So this was like a dream coming true for her. She got her family here. She got her birthday cake. She's the center of attention. She got her daddy shooting on the big camera. She got her mom shooting on her phone. You know what I mean? She's getting sung to right here. So I
think that's awesome.
Anyways, and then she likes pink, obviously. So I put some pink in there for her. Anyways, so whatever. That's some fun that comes out of family time and COVID. So anyways,
okay. So go back. We know your wife was sick.
Yeah,
and she had it.
She still has it, but yeah.
She said, "Well, I'm sorry, but she was the original one." In the house.
What's funny is I'm actually thinking my son was the original now.
Were you really?
Yeah. So my son, for like 6 days, we didn't, because we hadn't had COVID, so, and we had no reason to think we had COVID, so there was no reason to think that he had it. But he had, every time he ate, he had really bad stomach pains, and he did throw up a couple times.
Really?
And I never put that together, but I was thinking about it. Like the thing that hurts me the most right now is my stomach. Like I don't usually upchuck. I don't know a nice way to say that so I don't irritate people, but
upchuck. I mean, you're not going to irritate me.
But yeah, like to the point where you need Tums or something because it's so uncomfortable.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I've swallowed like a grater or a file or something like that, and it's in there, and it's just like really bad. Actually, I don't even know if I should share this, but I had a few days ago, I had a bout of sneezes and something on the other end that was loose.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. So thanks for the TMI.
Well, that was a really fun couple hours.
Oh, I'm sure.
Trying not to, I'm still like, I have pride. I don't want to poo myself.
Right.
Didn't. Thank you very much for asking. But I had about a sneeze.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So Ira, you didn't, correct?
I kept it.
Oh, good.
I was like, that was a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But I could put on my resume that I can is that keeping maintaining my continence or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that was a struggle.
Well, all right. So now, how's Alicia doing now?
You want to know what's funny? Alicia and I have not been hanging out much. She was grumpy at me and I was grumpy at her. So she's sleeping in her bed. I've been sleeping on the couch, but I've pretty much been isolating. I'm obnoxious at best, and I'm probably intolerable when I'm sick. And so
you're not the only one. I am too. When I am.
Well, but you know what it is. I mean, I'm gonna put it down straight where it is. I still have to work.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets to, like, when they're sick, they get to be sick. They get to, just sleep as much as you want, and you don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to worry about anything. Everything can go on while you rest. Well, for me, I'm self-employed.
Yep.
I don't have any unemployment. I don't have any sick time. I have a bunch of customers that are paying me by the hour basically to do work, and I have to do the work. So,
I
post.
told you didn't have to do my stuff.
No, I know. Right. And I probably could do that for all of them, but I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? It's like,
I get.
you know me that if I make a commitment, then I'm going to honor it. So, my videos I've done everything I've committed to. I did the Alibaba show. I didn't tell them that I had COVID at that point.
You did it and you didn't say anything about it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anybody noticed.
Well, I mean, talking to you, like, it was almost like when I was talking to Damon, or when we were talking to Damon, when Damon came out on that one video thing we were all doing. I don't know if it was the Remo he talked about it, or if we were on something else at that time. I think we were on something else. I think it was that thing that you made us, you got all of us on that one night. It was like a Friday night. We all got on.
I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. I was trying to think about that the other day too, because I knew, and that was one of the reasons why I was like, if Damon can do it.
Right. And Damon came out and said, listen, he doesn't wish it on anybody.
Yeah.
He was dragging, but you could not tell. Like, he could tell, I'm sure, because it's his body. But from talking to him and everything, he seemed the same way that he normally was. And it wasn't like, it was like that bad off. But I think, my mother had COVID or had COVID. Hey, Sabrina. And I know there was a Kathy L from Ohio that said hi, Kenton, Ohio.
This is my aunt. We talked about her last week. She's the one that I stayed with them when I was, I shared a room with her son.
Yep.
Yeah.
But with my mother, when I was talking to the doctor about it, they said that there's 4 strains of the COVID out there. And the 4 strains with that COVID, you probably got a mild one. I mean, I hate to say it, if you're not on a ventilator or anything like that.
It's funny. So I'm not in as good a shape as I used to be. I mean, round is a shape, but you know what I mean? Like, I used to be an athlete, and I know that can mean different things to different people, but you can take that as far as you want.
It is, because I thought you played chess for a living, correct?
Yeah, master chess player. Yeah,
I know.
No, I was in really good shape. I grew up wrestling, and I ran cross country, and I ran track, and then I was doing in college. I played the rugby, and I did the for fun. I did aerobics. That was my exercise. I did step aerobics. That's what it was called.
Did you?
Oh yeah, yeah. In fact, if you ever want to meet a girl in college, if you're a boy, join the step aerobics team, man. The class was like 80 people and like three boys. So
I think I'll tell Logan about that.
Yeah, the ratio of male to female was amazing. But anyways, it's a great workout anyways. Even forget all that stuff. Just
hey, Ira, can you do something? I know we're talking about you, but Kathy L, I could see her on my side, but she's coming up LinkedIn private user on your, like, LinkedIn user.
Mm-hmm.
How do you change that? Remember, there's some way to
yeah, and I keep telling people this, so I'm glad. Just let's keep bringing it up because most people don't know. So here's what's going on in all the social medias. There's privacy rights, right? There's privacy laws. So if you want them to share your picture across everything, you have to give them permission. So the way the default is on like LinkedIn, because that's where most of our people come from.
Mm-hmm.
The visibility when you create a profile is just for your first degree connections only. And then seconds and thirds, see a gray icon. When you come across, like, we're not broadcasting on LinkedIn, we're on StreamYard. StreamYard shares out to YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn in my case, because that's what I've asked it to do. So when you come up here like this is Patrick, right?
Yep.
So Patrick has just got to go into your profile photo and then go into settings and then change the view from the top to the bottom. It'll say public. Go ahead and change that. That'll fix it for everything. So, especially if you're a job seeker, and we haven't asked people, to tell us what they do today, but go ahead and drop that in the comments, guys. The thing that you don't know, it isn't necessarily obvious in my video audience, but I have a lot of recruiter friends. I have over 5,000 recruiter friends on LinkedIn.
Right.
I checked that the other day. I did a search.
5,000?
Over 5,000, yeah.
Wow. I was bragging about you the other day, but go ahead. Keep going. Sorry. I don't want to take you.
But here's why I say that, guys. And I have a lot of business owner friends too, by the way. So if you're in sales or whatever, you should always tell us what you do, where you do it, what you do. Right. And if you're unemployed, because people will see it. Make comments. Don't be shy. Like, the biggest thing with comments is not to be a jerk about it, wherever you are, right? If you're on Facebook, if you want to be mean to people, if you're being facetious, it's one thing, but you need to let people know you're joking, right? Throwing a ha-ha or something. Because even like if I'm teasing you, Joe, in a comment, and I don't make it clear, I'm teasing you because I love you. But
right, well, I know you tease me.
But not everybody who reads it knows that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in a comment, you got to make it clear. It's not just for the person reading it, the intended audience, because I think that's the mistake people make. Like, oh, he knows I'm kidding. Well, no, the person reading that might be a potential client. They might have just been on the precipice of trying to find you to ask you to do a job for them or to hire you. And then they saw you make a snide remark. It was intended to be funny, sarcastic remark, which is my favorite form of humor. But they didn't catch the joke.
It's mine too, though.
I know, but I'm just saying that's the thing with comments. Right. So if you're in DMs, it's a little bit different because your friend should know you by that point. So if your friend gets offended by sarcasm in a DM, I'll take issue with that. And I can actually give you a pretty fun example of those recently that blew up on me, but you already know that. But anyways, that friend should have known that I was joking, and certainly they could have come and asked me instead of just, going scorched earth. But anyways, that's a different situation. I'm talking about comments now, because comments can be read by anybody. So you gotta, kind of be a little bit careful about that.
I'm actually posting something to.
This is what Sabrina is verifying. 100%. You have to be careful, because especially if you look like it's hard to say a scenario where it wouldn't matter, because if you're an employee for somebody and you think your job is secure, well, if you piss off your company's biggest client, or maybe like the boss's spouse or something, or an investor, it could cause unnecessary hot water. If you're, self-employed, but, like I'm self-employed now, I'm constantly looking for new potential clients. And if I hear
the guy,
I did get in touch with a guy. Thank you very much.
You know who I'm talking about, the guy I sent you?
Yeah.
And I know a guy.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, he's in a little bit of a tough spot, but I gave him some free help, and he really appreciated that. I told him, I said, look, if Joe sent you my way, I'm gonna take care of it. So I hooked him up.
I talk about you all the time.
I hooked him up. I did a solid for a lady yesterday. The company's name is Fit Out, and I'm having trouble kind of describing it because it's kind of like a nonprofit, but it isn't a nonprofit. They're doing
a website.
Yeah, I think it was just Fit Out Express or something. Let me find it. Fit out.store. Hang on, I'll pull it up. So what it is, it's this lady has daughters, and the daughters are running this website. So here's the daughters. And they're doing, it explains in here what it is, but basically you can purchase clothes, and the profit from the clothes purchases and goes to help them do what they're doing. You know what I mean?
What was the website? What was it, Ira?
So, oh, I'm sorry, it's not showing. It's called, here, let me lower this so you guys can see it. It's called Fit Out Store. Here, I'll just put it in the, I'll put it in the chat.
Got it. Now I see it.
Yeah,
it was different how it was.
So anyways, I met this lady yesterday. I did the Alibaba course, she was one of the she was one of the people that attended the class, and then we did like, I want to call them office hours. They had a nifty little name for them. But anyways, they got some free, consultation time with the instructor if they wanted. That was part of the deal. And she signed up for that, so I'm like, cool. So I met her. She's like, she actually reminds me a little bit of you, Sabrina. She's super cool. And I was like, and her daughter wants to be an entrepreneur. And her daughter built her website. In fact, her daughter built 2 of her websites. And I was like, I don't know what you're doing right now, but if you want, to do a little pro bono work with me, I could take your skills and escalate them a few notches for you. You know what I mean? Like I can give you stuff to do, and I'll have her do it on her own website. But then I was thinking, if the girl continues to improve and she wants to do some of my paid work, I'll pay her. You know what I mean? So anyways, that's a relationship that I'm going to explore a little bit. I love helping people. I think everybody knows that.
Help me. Remember, I am not at the level I was when we first started, before Social Media Concierge. And I learned so much during that time with Photoshop. I still need help with Photoshop too, but
do you even open your?
I don't know how you do some of the things, because I look at it.
Do you open your Photoshop anymore? Because
I do. When I was doing I almost did that gift myself. The Joe, the finance guy for the e-commerce. I was going to do it myself.
I'm going to do it the next one I do for you. We're going to do it together.
All right, that's fine, because I wanted to do it, and then I went like this. That's the day you told me about, or no?
People would be interested if I do, like, I could do some Photoshop lessons on a live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't mind. You know what I mean? It's like, for me, it's fun. Let me know, guys, if you're interested. Like, I take photos all the time. I manipulate them, obviously, right? Boma Digital Media, that's what we do. We create visual tools. So, let's just show. We'll just show people. How about that?
Yep.
All right. So, hang on a second. I gotta open. What do we call that thing?
Photoshop?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here it is. Photoshop. All right, here's what it is. Okay, so the trick to this, guys, in case you're not familiar with Photoshop, I gotta open up the timeline. So you can actually make videos in Photoshop. A lot of you guys don't know that, but we can do, like, I can open up MP4s and I can convert them into GIFs, or I can take still photos and make motion graphics with them. And that's what I did here for Joe. So Joe reached out to me and he said, Ira, I want to take this image right here. I want to take this E and I want to swap it out with the E in my logo. And then I want to advertise this e-commerce plug and play, like, in a GIF. And I'm like, okay, we could do that. But then the problem that I had, and I texted you this, they don't have, it's not a standard one. So, like, if we just took this E and put it there, I just didn't think that people were going to understand what that was about. So then I'm like, okay, how can I bring Joe's vision, all together? And so here's what I did. I'll show you guys the final product, and then we can talk about a little bit how I did it. But so I swapped the E back and forth as I say what it is, and then, because I know people aren't going to recognize that E, I put it there, and then you get it. It's like, oh, I see where that E comes from, right? That's the idea. This isn't necessarily the most challenging graphic in the world, but the way I did it, just so you guys know, like, if you want to know, like, the methodology behind it. So Joe had sent me, Joe had sent me the picture, actually a couple of them that he liked. Now, he texted them to me, so I had to go find them on the internet myself. But once I did that, I found it and I saved it. Then it was like, well, okay. Did I just open the same file again? I think I just did. Then what I had to do is I had to get this E separate. So I took this JPEG file and I opened it up. And what I do is I basically just erase everything that isn't what I want. So I took the eraser, which is right here. I'm not going to do the whole thing here. First thing you got to do is turn the background off. Otherwise, it won't work. But it come in and basically clean that up, right?
Yep.
And then you can take your magic eraser and do that, which is kind of nice. So it helps me out a little speed. Now this is where it takes some time, because now from this point you got to zoom in real close, otherwise it'll look jaggedy. But you got to come in here with the eraser. I got to change the size of the eraser. Right now it's set at 105. It's funny because I'm doing it on one screen and I'm watching it on another screen.
Right.
But anyway, so you do stuff like that, and then you just got to go around all the edges and make sure. Because see, like these where they start to turn blue. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
But I actually got to go in each box and take those out. Okay. So, anyways, I did all that. When I did all that, now when I come here, what I need to do is I need to open up his. So you build all these components separately, is what I'm trying to show you. So I've got that E built. Oops. Sorry, I keep trying to do it on the wrong screen. So I've got that E built right here. Okay. And I save them as PNG files because PNG has the clear background. Then I had to come and I had to take the E out of your logo. I actually just did that in this Photoshop file.
Mm-hmm.
So here, so I'll show you. So in this one, what I did, I wish I could show you the whole screen here. It's kind of truncated, but I've got Joe the finance guy right there. See that? And then without it. So I've got it once with and once without. So when I'm toggling like right here, I have the one showing that isn't erased. And I have it here, I have the one that is erased, and then I've turned this one on. So you turn on your windows over here for each frame. And then I can set the frame play speed, which I just did 1 second for each.
Right.
Now, the trick to this is, just so you guys know, typically, like if I'm trying to make a video, like if I'm trying to do one that moves really fast, I usually do somewhere between 30 and 60 frames. Okay, and this one I've done a lot less. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But like if I come to one, I don't know that I've done one like this for you. Yeah, maybe. See how many there are?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oops. Taking a second. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So here I've got 58. And see what you do is then you do them on shorter delays. No delay, maybe 1/10 of a second. And you do that so that everything moves so fast that you don't have the choppiness. But it's like if you were holding a deck of cards and you flip through them really quick, it looks like they're moving.
Right.
That's the idea, right? So if I just come here then and go play, now you can see how it builds.
Yep.
Right. And so everything is moving just 1 frame at a time. This is, basically, what are the old days? Projectors, right? It's like the old projector technology. That's basically what these are. So this is where motion graphics come into play with Photoshop. You can do the same thing with Illustrator if you'd like. I use Photoshop a lot because I incorporate photos from other folks. So that's my native program for GIFs. Anyways, I don't know if that was exciting or boring or whatever, but anyways.
No, I liked it. I'm glad, and I can't wait.
That's some nerd stuff from the mind of Ira, the design mind.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that one up because I'm working with Lori Swift on building up an e-commerce lead base too. More so, I've been doing that with Lori on she's on Facebook and stuff like that. We're in a mattress group and stuff like that together. So when I sent that stuff to you, the
e-commerce,
the wording I wanted, and I was like going, oh my God, this is great. And
did I hit the wording? Did I get the wording right?
Yeah, you did. She sent something back later to me, but you got everything on there, and her and I got to talk when I get back from vacation. Not that I'm back from vacation. I just want to make sure.
Are you ever actually back from vacation?
Oh my God, stop it. And yes, I am. And my last day was hell, Ira. Yesterday was hell.
Did you hit 25?
No. The month's not over yet, though. I will be hitting, well, technically 21, 22, 23, 24. I have 24 right now.
You're one off? Oh, bro, we got to do something. We got to find you a deal.
Yeah, we got to find one. It'll go through.
You see, I made an adjustment. I'm doing something a little bit different for my customers. So I'm starting to make a post where I'm kind of doing almost like I'm a sales guy for my clients.
So you're doing it under Ira Bowman?
Yeah. So I did one for Voice Express the other day, which I think is super cool. A lot of people just don't get it. But those tags, they're called gift voice or voice gift. Sorry, dyslexia. I mess things up in my mind. But they're basically $8 a piece. And think of well, I could just show you. I mean, I just
show me because you didn't do that for Joe the finance guy.
Not yet. But now you're going to make me want to.
Oh, I can't help that.
Because you're one deal, dude. I mean, one deal.
Oh my gosh! If you're talking about, I'll have it, but I'll shoot you a picture. I guarantee I have it by the end of the month.
I'm gonna find you the deal, and I'm gonna get credit for hitting the quota, not you.
Good. Please do that. Please help brother out. Please help me out, man.
Oh, come on. All right, I gotta find it. Hang on. Quit making me laugh. All right, tell us something about what happened to you this week.
Well, hey, good thing, and I'll go on personal stuff because my mind shifted last night from work to vacation. Mm-hmm. I got done probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I really was done, because I was working, trying to get a bunch of things done before I left, and one of the things on my Facebook page or in our neighborhood, this place called Ohana Donuts. It's out of Fishers. Oh, really? They're out of Fishers, Indiana. And it might be a franchise, whatever. But they're going to be delivering holiday donut boxes in our neighborhood. So I bought, and it's a holiday now. And before it's a holiday donut.
Christmas morning?
What?
Christmas morning?
No, Wednesday. It's Wednesday because you make your own donuts. It's a holiday box that you make your own donuts on there, and I don't know, it's got different sprinkles and everything else on it.
I gotta tell you, if somebody came around my house, like my neighborhood, and said, "We're gonna deliver hot breakfast to you on Christmas morning," I'd sign up. I'd be like,
"Well, it's not hot, but it's just donuts."
Now this is a fat man's paradise right now.
Well, it is.
I hope Liz and Virginia aren't watching.
Yeah.
But if somebody came to me and said you could have hot sugary pastries delivered to your door at 9 o'clock on Christmas morning, I'd be like, yeah, give us a couple.
Well, they're delivering it Wednesday because they're doing a whole bunch of neighborhood, and I got the holiday. I got a set of 6 holiday donuts, and then 24 make your own donuts. And I thought this would be cool for the kids, everybody to do the icings and everything else to put on there and make your own donut.
So tell us about Christmas at your house, Christmas morning, because you're grandpa.
Oh, man. All right. Well, and this has always been for years. And if you go back in some of the pictures, I know we post them. Jen came from a family that did big Christmases.
Yeah, Jen's his wife, in case you guys aren't
Yeah,
following along.
yeah, sorry, Jen's my wife, my New York Italian Catwoman.
She wears the pants in the house.
Yeah, I share a leg once in a while, but that's it.
No, you don't.
No. And anyway, she came from her. There were 7 kids in her family. Santa does not wrap gifts.
7 kids.
Yep, 7 kids.
How does somebody have that many kids? That's crazy.
Well, and
my wife was one of 6.
They each had like a set where they like Santa would lay out their clothes or presents or whatever. So we did the same thing with all our kids. And there's certain, like if you go into the living room, our formal living room, the big like parlor couch that's in there is Logan and Sierra's like area.
Everybody knows already where their stuff's gonna be.
Everybody knows where their stuff is. It's already predetermined.
That's
cool.
And
it's always been like that for years.
You guys ever mix that up? Like I forgot.
Never.
Yeah, that could cause problems, right?
Right. It can. Ours have been in the same spot. So like Cassie, she's out of the house, but she still gets a chair, and it has my granddaughter's stuff, because we're not Santa for Iz and Dolly.
Right.
Cass is Santa for them.
Right.
But Santa still, like we still bring stuff on Cassie's chair, and Iz and Doll share that along with Dylan, her husband. Just like Tori's boyfriend will share her chair this year.
It makes sense.
So that's how we do it. And then Jen and I, the funniest thing, Jen and I have just a regular chair. Like the 2 girls, their chair is like big parlor chairs. We just have like a regular. It's in the formal living room, but
like
it's
like a dining room chair. You mean?
Yeah, it looks like almost like the head table of a dining room chair, but it's like a single chair.
Yeah.
And that's mine and Jen's. And yet I buy whatever I want. For me, Santa's giving me whatever for Christmas, so it doesn't matter. But after we set everything out, it looks like a freaking toy store, whatever in there. And we've taken pictures. I mean, it's a lot.
I'm going to tell you, Santa wraps presents in our house.
We talked about that, and there'd be no way in God's
biggest mistake my wife and I ever made, but we didn't realize at the time we were going to have all these kids. But now what are you going to do? You can't switch.
Why don't you change up? You can change up. Santa decided not to wrap this year.
Santa got COVID. But it's ridiculous. I mean, it really is. We have a problem, bro. This is the one thing, because our family, we're not minimalists, but like my wife would be if I'd let her. So we don't have a ton of stuff per kid, because there's like so many of us, you know what I mean? You got to have a place to put stuff. So she's always wanting to purge. You want to put a smile on Alicia's face, just let her throw stuff away. That will make her
bring you joy. Jen heard me say that one time. Does this bring you joy? We're throwing it out. And it was I was doing a joke off a Family Guy, and I know somebody else does that. I don't know who the person is, but I was making a joke, and she goes, "You're kidding me, right?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm kidding. I wouldn't have done that." But she does the same thing. My wife is very economical. I'm so lucky because I'm the spender in the house.
Yeah.
But Christmas has always been big. Birthdays, the kids maybe get 1 or 2 gifts.
Well, it's funny. Vivian, so her birthday was actually her birthday was 2 days ago. This girl's sweet though. She used to be my self-centered girl, honestly. So I was a little worried about her, but Marlena came home yesterday. Well, Vivian's birthday was 2 days ago. She's like, "Well, I just want to wait one day and celebrate my birthday with Marley." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a great idea.
Awesome.
That's a great idea."
Yep.
So, but anyways, she opened like 10 presents last night. I'm like, "What the heck, dude? That would have been a Christmas haul for me." Now, my kids, gosh, it looks like Santa come out there already, but Santa hasn't even come yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
My wife, she's got a spending problem. Amazon Prime.
Well, yes. And same thing with me. Jen would tell you that's the same thing with me. But the kids, what they want, I believe my father did everything he can to give me and my brothers everything that we could get when we were growing up.
Sure.
And my father-in-law said something to me one year. He goes, "Why do you make the money if you can't give it to your family?" Like if you,
no, I agree with that, right? Like,
and I go like this.
I do this for my family. Like,
right.
you know, I have that same attitude. Now, my dad is not like that. My dad's likes to buy stuff for himself, so I didn't get that from my dad. My mom, you know, I don't know. I think my mom's kind of indifferent. I don't think my mom is a selfish person, but I think my mom is not overly.
I come from both. I mean, I'll buy for me. Ira, I'll look at the background. I mean, let me tell you, half of what I'm getting for Christmas is to fill up more stuff out there in the.
Where are you gonna put it? Point to the hole. Where's the hole?
Oh, it's not here. It's out there.
Yeah, on the other side of the wall.
Next week when we do this next week, I'm going to do it on my mobile phone. I'll do it on one of the other laptops that I can move.
I think people would like
that. And we'll show the back cave.
Like you can come on the show with different devices.
All right, good. Then I could go on this one and then go out.
Yeah, then we can switch over.
Yeah. Good. Well, so anyways, I got some room out there, some more. So
when you say some room, you got room for a Kleenex box here.
When I'll show everybody next week the back
post it, do it there.
Yeah, but either way, I buy.
I already said if I come out there, I'm just sleeping in your basement.
Yes, you can. I
can't imagine there's any place I would rather be.
No, you would rather be down there. It is the coolest. It's the coolest place in the house, as what I've been told. But on the other hand,
I've seen the tour.
Yeah, you have.
I've seen it all, but you know, I've seen enough to know.
But I do buy for my kids though. When they want something, I do. However, I got to put this out. I got to ask, and I would love to hear anybody's feedback if they're on and listening now or not.
I don't know if people are watching this today. I think I think Ira has COVID, but
yeah. But either way, I have a 28-year-old daughter, and she you know, they all give us Christmas lists. How far would you go to buy for your kid? Now, at 28, my parents.
To me, it depends because.
See, I didn't get anything from I didn't ask my parents. I didn't give them lists when I was 28, nor did Jen.
Well, I don't mind the list though. I'm going to tell you why. Because there's nothing worse than giving somebody something and then finding out they don't even like it.
No, I agree with the list. It's what's on the list.
Yeah. So if you give me a list with a bunch of stuff, I'm just going to answer it honestly as I can. When you give me a list and let's say it's got 10 things on it, and one of them is really wacky in my estimation, and the other are more reasonable, I'm going to probably just pick from one of the things. So the first thing I do is look at the list and go, okay, what would I want to give you if you didn't give me the list? You know what I mean? Right. I'm probably going to pick that.
Right.
But the less things there are, I mean, you do want to give them something on the list. And I have had experiences in my life, not necessarily, I want to say siblings. This may or may not be accurate, but I want to say siblings, might not have been. Again, I have dyslexia. I mix things up in my mind. So it could have been a cousin or something. But I remember one time I was like, I don't even know what any of this crap is. But that's what they want. So.
And so let me go back. So I get a list. And my first thing my wife says is, you cannot get the kids everything. You are not their Santa. My grandkids.
Do you set a budget for each kid?
No.
See, that's what
they're 2 and 1. If they're 2 and 1 years old,
we set budgets, but I don't know what the budget is.
Oh, you're talking about for our immediate children?
Yeah, because I asked my wife. I'm like, I'm looking at the bills because I paid. You know, I mean, she's the one making hit the purchase button, but I'm the one who's paying the actual bill. So. Right. You know, I'm seeing it on my statements going, oh my gosh, thousands and thousands of dollars have just gone through for Christmas. And I'm like, you know, what was the budget?
That seems about right because it is. We do set a budget for each kid. They each get one big gift.
Well, yeah, you want it to be kind of equal,
right? And
but the one thing is it isn't volume isn't equal. Like we got past that because like some of these things are $300 a piece.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
I said that. Well, look at Logan wanted the. He's not the only one that wants it, so let's just throw that out there. But he wanted the Xbox Series S, and I was on, no lie, I was on the Xbox.
Get that thing for days. Come on.
Yeah, I finally got it.
Did you? Good.
Yeah, I finally got the S.
Well, you had it, but then you had forgotten the log.
Oh yeah, well I had it, and then it went off, and then if everything went through. So I don't know. I think it's on pre-order. It's not gonna be here by Christmas, but at least I got that for Logan.
Is that the worst? What do? You gonna wrap up a
No. He's got other things too. Where I'm not even remotely worried about that.
Because I have something that's not going to be here in time.
I would just
I'm wrapping a piece of paper.
He doesn't know. He thinks that we were going to just buy it. We're going to buy everything like the Xbox, the X and the S after Christmas and all this other stuff. But let me go back to the other one. So my wife goes, "We're not the grandkids Santa. You can't do that." And I say this, I remember one time I got a list, and my God, there was washer and dryer on there. Couch, and I looked, and I remember saying something, going, I'm not your Santa anymore. Your husband is.
Right.
You guys know, you understand that I'm not Santa.
I'm not baby daddy anymore. I'm grandpa daddy.
Yeah. So it made it a lot easier. However, I do give my oldest a lot, but there was something on there this year, and I got her almost everything except two things actually. Technically, it's one. It's a gaming system and a game. I got her everything else except those two things. And it's almost like I dug my heels into the ground, not getting it. She wanted a Switch with the game.
Yeah.
And it was for her and her husband. It's not for the grandkids. And I looked at Jen and I go, "What do you think?" She goes, I don't think you should. You're not Santa. You got all these other things. And all I kept thinking was, do I not? We have every gaming system in the house. Logan, myself, Jen, Tori, and Sierra.
Your family does really like video games, though.
Oh yeah. We got the Wii U. We've had it, and we stopped using it for years. Logan pulled it out and go, "Dad, I want to start using this again," because we used to play bowling on it, the Wii U bowling.
Yeah.
And loved it. And he got it out, put everything together, and we've been playing. Now he can beat me. I love the Wii U golf. I loved playing the golf on there.
We actually tried to find a Wii U. We couldn't find one.
Yeah. We have that one. That we had the Wii U.
We were a Wii family. We had a couple Wiis. They kept breaking. And it was
I have one more Wii, and it's upstairs. And it's not the Wii U, it's the regular one.
Now we're on Switch. Except for I still don't know I don't like the
paddle.
paddles.
The Switch is awesome. Logan that's
the paddle things are weird for me.
You could get actual controllers that would match what you're used to.
But here's the difference between you and me. I just don't.
You don't.
I wouldn't use it.
I'm
too busy, editing people's graphics.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
No, but I'm just saying that's the kind of stuff that I enjoy.
Right. But I really,
when I'm done making digital artwork, to me is fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I enjoyed playing video games, still I would do it. I mean, I think everybody has the right to have personal time and enjoyment.
Yep.
So, like for me, seeing my daughter's face this morning when she saw that picture that I touched it up, she knows, like, not only she the star of the show, but Daddy spent time dressing that thing up for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was fun.
Well, what would you do? Was I right to dig my heels in and say I'm not going to buy
No,
the?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got there yet. This is the interesting part of like I don't have any married kids. You know what I mean? I don't have
And that's why I just
grandkids.
wondered, do I do it? Do I not?
That's a life stage that I'm like I'm almost there, but I'm not quite there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I'm just wondering. And then
I can tell you this year, Marlena is my oldest daughter. She's the freshman in college. We spent more on her this year than anybody.
Well, hold on.
Part of it is because she needs some of these things, and it's like, well, you know, I might as well just
say that phone. She needed that phone.
Yeah, and the laptop and the tablet, and you know, those things aren't cheap.
Right. So it's all. I mean,
yeah.
I think that.
But, I mean, there will be a day. I mean, you said 28. I got to think by 28, married with kids. You know, yeah, like you're. Here's the other side of it, and I don't know if you've considered it, but it might actually help you have some peace with this thing. It's like if you have more money, I'm assuming, than your 28-year-old or however old he is son-in-law, right? Yeah. You don't want to feel like it's a competition. Like I have to, like he has to somehow try to make enough money to out compete Grandpa Joe.
No.
You know, so there's a nobility to scaling back that might give you some peace. You know what I mean? Coming from a dude, I struggled, right? I mean, I was from the ghetto, and you know, I married my wife's family. We haven't really talked about this, but my wife's family is very wealthy. So, you know, Silver Spoon meets Boy from the Other Side of the Tracks. That's our story. That's the fabric. You know what I mean? So Christmas for her and Christmas for me, very different. You know, we had to come to the head on some things, you know, early on, because I come from a different world. But I never felt like, and I appreciated this, I never felt like I had to compete with my father-in-law for Christmas. Like they set a budget. It's actually usually like $50 or $75 per kid. So I know out of the gate, if I spend $100, I'm getting something nicer than they are now.
No, wait a minute. Like
I spend a little bit more than that, but I'm just saying that. But they do that. All the kids know that's the level. So when they're giving them a list, they're going to give them things that are, you know, price appropriate. Because if you don't set that limit and go, and I don't care what you set the limit for, you could set it for anything you like.
Right.
$300, $500, whatever. But then, like, they know not to put a $1,800 refrigerator on the list because it's not going to happen.
Okay. You know what I mean? So with that, I got to tell you. So then my kids go, Dad, what do you want? Can you make a list? So right. I got to bring up my Amazon list because this was hilarious. So I went out and I went like this. Well, I don't even know how. Believe it, I don't know how to make a list on Amazon. I do now, but I didn't know before.
I'm going to tell you what I don't like about Amazon while you're pulling this up. So right now, we use my wife's Amazon, right? I can't buy her present on Amazon because then she'll know what it is. So I can't always get the best deal is what I'm trying to say, because I got to go to the website of the, you know what I mean? And then this is where it's going to sound stupid. I was happy she had COVID. Because obviously they're going to ship the dang present here.
Right.
So the first one to get to the door is the one who's going to know. And I'm like, how am I going to, and all my kids, like somebody's going to blab. Anyways, I got the present ordered off of Amazon, got it to the door, got it in my room, put my green screen, you know, the green screen that I usually have up behind me. I folded that sucker and put it over the box and hit it until I could wrap it.
See? Smart.
It all worked out. It was blessed. It was divine timing. If she had not had COVID and she was up, she probably would have beat me to the door, and then she'd know what she had. I was legitimately had a concern about it, because like I have a pressure. I don't know if you feel this, but I do have a pressure. Like I don't want to be a disappointment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I've had Christmases where I know she was not happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that has to be in every, you're not the only one, Ira, and I've done it before. I could go better than that. Our anniversary, mine and Jen's anniversary, is January 1st.
My mom's here.
What?
My mom's here.
She is?
That's my mom.
How you doing, Miss Baxter?
She says every time she sees me on social media, I'm talking to you. I said, well, I'm sure it feels that way, but it's not. I mean, we don't talk that much on social media. But
I actually heard about, I was talking to a mattress rep yesterday, Rick Lynch, actually, great guy. And he called me up late last night because I called him and I wanted to talk to him. And then he called me back and I missed the call, but I called him after that. He said that he's seen some of the stuff on here when we do this.
Isn't that cool?
That was awesome. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I never think about Facebook. I always think about LinkedIn. I never think about YouTube. I'm always thinking about LinkedIn.
Well, it's funny. So everybody knows I'm a part of Exit Your Way. And I'm really happy to be a part of Exit Your Way. For those of you who don't know what Exit Your Way does, I'm just gonna drop it just for a quick second because it's a cool company. What we do is we help business owners that want to sell their business. There's a process that we go through. There's a team of a lot of people depending on what you need. But basically we come in and we do an evaluation for your company and figure out what an investor would see, or what does the person who's going to buy it see when they do the evaluation of the company. And then wherever we think it's weak, we're going to help strengthen it. And it takes a little time. It takes usually 12 to 18 months. But when the process is done, you sell your business for a lot more, sometimes like 8 or 9 times more than you would have if we hadn't done what we do. So you could hire a broker who's just going to come in and slap a price tag on your business and try to sell it. And if they sell it, they get a cut. And if they don't sell it, they don't get anything. And what I learned early on is 8 out of 10 businesses that try to sell themselves in the United States fail. They don't ever sell. But with Exit Your Way, the success rate is a lot higher. So the other thing, and this is where I'm trying to help people awaken their mind. Exit Your Way's team that do all the things that we do. I'm talking about valuations of businesses. I'm talking about helping build your e-commerce, increase your sales, maybe have some bottlenecks in distribution or inventory or whatever it is. Your social media game is off and you need to increase it, whatever you need to do. We could come in with these, what we call a la carte services, and help businesses. They're not looking to sell, but maybe they want to improve their e-commerce.
Right.
And we can fix that right away. You know what I mean? And then you get more out of your business while you own it.
Yep.
And that's the thing with Exit Your Way. I'm trying to get that out there more and more. I can't remember why I started talking about Exit Your Way. Do you remember now? My mind just went blank.
I don't know.
I lost it.
It was, we were talking about something, and this is just Cup of Joe, and I'm on vacation, so it really, God, what the heck were we going?
We were talking about something, but anyways. So with Exit Your Way, I can't even remember what I got on. I'm so embarrassed. I just have to rewind the tape. But but with Exit Your Way.
We were talking about your mom getting on, then you and I said, because I was talking about the Rick Lynch watching this on the podcast and stuff, and that's the only time. You said no, it's really not the only time, because you know that you're on Exit Your Way, which I know you are, and you and Damon get on this all the time.
Yeah, and we do a few different shows together too.
But you know what, Ira? Don't stress about that. Because you know what? You have COVID.
I do have COVID.
And you know what? There's 2 things that go when you get older. Your memory and something else. I can't remember it. But anyways, there's 2 things.
Right. At least.
And so don't worry. It's all right. And we're coming down to our hour anyways.
If you want to laugh, just think about me battling the sneeze and the diarrhea at the same time.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to go upstairs and tell Jen.
But I won the battle. I shouldn't brag about that and I'll lose today. But
anyway, I was talking to you about, you remember when I said about Amazon? So this is what I put on my cart. Let me see if I can put, well, you're not going to be able to see it.
Amazon too, that's right.
So I put a leather storage ottoman bench.
So this is okay. So for people, because I just took us on a huge curve.
Mhm.
You made an Amazon list for your kids, so your kids could buy dad
a gift.
a gift.
Right. Because I buy everything myself that they wanted something.
Right.
So, and I knew Jen would be part of this.
Okay.
So I put on, I wanted, like a place like the couch or whatever at the end of, or at the foot of your bed in the master bedroom.
Yeah.
I always grew up where you could sit down on the foot of your, like at the foot of your bed on like some sort of couch, put on the sheet and stuff like that. I've always wanted one.
We got that.
And so I put it in there. So I put in 2 for them to choose from. One was 120 and the other one was 182.
So wait, it's a shelving unit?
No. It's a couch. It's like a couch and ottoman.
How do you buy a couch for $100?
It's just like a type of storage ottoman bench. It's just a bench at
okay, I got you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Not a couch.
It's just a bench at the end. Nothing big.
I know you work with retailers all the time and sell furniture, but
yeah, no, I didn't go to that.
Our couch hasn't, you know what I mean? Like maybe at the Goodwill.
No, I strictly stayed on Amazon for the kids. Then I put in
now wait a minute. So are you monitoring the list then to see what's missing?
No.
This is the problem with these lists, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're smarter than that. They'll do it and not take it off the list. They'll just go find it and then put it on themselves.
And how does somebody else know not to buy the same thing? They got to call
my kids. They all would get together and talk.
They got to call each other. Yeah.
So then I got the men's sweater, the fleece sweater, $20. Some shorts. Oh, it was a 5-pack. So
cargo pockets or no?
The shorts, yeah. Not these are like. Let me see.
We can't see. It's too small. It looks like boxers.
Yeah, it's sort of like boxers. They're for pajamas. Then I got crew t-shirts, with with this in there. I like those.
Gotta have a pocket, otherwise I don't want to wear it.
I put 2 books in there. Do the Right Thing.
Are you gonna read a book?
Yeah, of course I would. Blog planning.
Love it.
Who
wrote that?
It was.
That's a book I could write.
Hold on. Yeah, I know you could. Actually, no, I can't see it. It won't let me in there. I'll look at it afterwards. I wanted helmets. So you know how I collect the helmets and stuff like that and different memorabilia? Well, I wanted a helmet stand that I could just put it on.
Yeah.
And so I put that in there. Doctor Strange, a replica of his necklace. From never mind. Captain America's helmet that he wore.
Actually, do you know who Doctor Strange is? I think. Does he have? He has the power. It's his brain, right? That's his power.
No, that's Professor Xavier. No, Doctor Strange was. Did you ever see Avengers: Infinity War?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, he was the one that
appears, right?
Yeah, he fought the guy with the beard, or he fought. They wanted him because he can
like teleport into a place and out of a place. Is that right?
Yeah, with his sling ring.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I wanted that.
He's only in that one movie, though, right?
No, he's
like,
in.
A lot of them are a few. They have their own movie, and then they have.
He was in. He had his own movie, Doctor Strange. Then he was in. I think he was in Thor Ragnarok. He was also in Avengers: Infinity War and in Avengers: Endgame.
So I have yet to see the one where they all die.
That's Infinity War.
Yeah, I haven't seen
wait a minute. You saw Endgame, the last one?
No, I don't. I think that's one I haven't seen.
Okay. You need to see them.
Where they have all the rings, right?
Yeah, they're not rings. I mean, this isn't the Mandarin, and this is the Infinity Stone. But okay,
you know how much I know about this stuff,
right? I know. That's how come. Don't be messing up like that. You don't ever hear me messing up when.
Right, you're talking about football.
Since 49ers are your favorite team.
No. That's not even funny.
I know, I'm sorry, but it was pretty good. So I also wanted an Avengers.
You know the 49ers are from Arizona?
Yes, I know.
You know, it's really funny too. Every 49er fan I know for my whole life has teased me that the Raiders move around, but you know, at least we're playing in our home stadium.
All right. Anyways, I got a bunch of other helmets. Now, are they going to get it for me? I don't know.
I have one helmet. It's not even a full-size helmet. It's a mini helmet, but I've got Fred Bolitnikov's signature on it, and it's super cool.
Really? For the Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
See, I got a Dallas Cowboy helmet. It's up there. I'm not going to get it down, but it is up there, and I think it's Emmitt Smith that signed it.
Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. Emmitt Smith is a legend of the game, man.
Yep. But that's the only. I don't really have many sports memorabilia.
Do you go for the Cowboys? I mean, would that be your team? You'd think you'd be a.
No, I'm a Bears fan. I am a Bears fan, but I've always liked the Bears.
Right. You're from Chicago.
Yeah, I've always liked the Bears and the Cowboys. My wife is a Cowboys fan.
So nobody goes for the Colts in your family? You live in Indianapolis.
Nope.
Wow.
No,
well, they're a good team this year.
I mean, I'm sure they are. I just don't. I'm not into
Actually,
it.
It's funny. They're better than the Cowboys and the Bears this year. Not every year, but this year.
If they, I mean, I'm sure. I just don't. It's just not my thing. I just don't.
I want to say they're like 8-5 or 9-4 or something. I mean, they've got a great record.
I'm the guy that I watch Disney The Mandalorian, and I've been watching that.
I like that show. I watched like when there was 6 of them. It's been a while. Was that like a year ago? Maybe a little less. But I watched all of them that were out to that time. I liked it. There's more of them now, right? I mean, my kids watched.
Oh yeah, there's 2 seasons.
Yeah, at the time I watched it, there was only 1 season, and I don't think it had been over. I think they were still putting out a new show every week or something. But
right,
might have been right when we moved in this house, or right about that time. My family wasn't here, or something. You know, I binge watched. Oh yeah, it was right before I moved. Actually, I'm remembering. I was in my house in Manteca. We've been here almost 1 year exactly now.
Really?
Yeah. Because the memories yesterday is funny. So you know how Facebook does
it gives you the memories.
So I'm never more handsome to my wife than when I'm cleaning, right? I mean, that is just what it is. So I was in my clean mode. We were trying to get the house ready. We don't like to leave a messy house. We just think that's the way it should be, right? It's like, nobody wants to inherit your gunk. That's gross. Right. So we deep clean. Now it's funny because, this house looked like a hoarder lived here when we took over. They didn't even take their stuff. So it was disgusting. So, we were deep cleaning, but in the picture, I'm sitting there and, I'm not skinny anymore. So anyways, I'm cleaning a shelf from the refrigerator, but we're deep cleaning, right? So I've got it out and I'm like scraping it. What is that? I don't know. Anyways, I'm cleaning it.
Right.
It's on my stomach, and there's a picture. My wife took a picture. She thought it was funny. So one of my smart aleck friends says, "Look, he comes with a built-in shelf holder." And I'm like, that's the deluxe model. And then my wife goes, "He's worked for years on that thing."
He's worked for years on it. See, and you know what? I could relate. With that. Yeah. That's how come I went to the gym today.
There you go.
Yeah. But
how goes the battle with the weight? I know you're fighting a good fight.
Actually, I'm getting the energy to start doing things. Now that I'm on vacation, Tori and I are going back to the gym again and with our trainer and get back into the swing of things. So do
you have any hard number goals that you can share? Like I could share mine. I said that. So I was 207 pounds a couple weeks ago when I did my thing in November. So I said I'd like to be to 200 or less by the end of December. I want to be 190 by the end of June, and I want to be 180 or less by the end of December 2021. So the last time I checked was about a week ago. It was 205. So I had started to make a little bit of progress.
Yeah.
So the trick is going to be, passing up all the candy and the extra desserts.
And especially now with the holidays, and that's why I got to get back. When you don't exercise, because my elliptical back here broke, and I've been waiting on a part from Bowflex. Thank you, Bowflex. I don't endorse you. Waiting on Bowflex to send it for over 2 months.
Ooh.
Maybe 3 months now. And I even talked to the guy last week, and I said, I mean, when is this coming? Oh, in 10 days. You'll get it in 10 days. Okay. All right. 10 days. I felt like I was in the money pit 2 weeks, and I've already paid him for everything. But Tori and I have been doing it. When I don't work out and I don't do anything, it just feels so bad, But Ira, I know we've been on for an hour and 10, and I know I'm on vacation, but 3 people have called me, 2 of which are my merchants. I gotta go.
It's all right. It's time to go anyways. So next week we'll be back on, guys.
And we're gonna tour the Bat Cave.
Yeah, we'll do a tour of the Bat Cave. That sounds like a lot of fun. Hopefully I will be COVID free. That's the goal. Anyways. I don't know. Maybe what we'll do next time too is I'll do like a Christmas graphic setup. I'll teach you guys a little bit. If you're interested, let's do this week. Reach out to me if you're interested in having Photoshop lessons, or maybe Canva. Maybe that would be better for you guys. Let me show you Canva, since that's a free one. You don't have to buy Photoshop. I can teach you guys how to use Canva if you want for free.
And I got that on my phone too. I think I got Canva. That's what I used when we were social media concierge. Was Canva.
Yeah, Canva is the free, and you can do quite a bit with it now. Like when I first started doing this in 2018 for social media purposes, Canva didn't have enough power to do what I needed, so it just wasn't even an option. I just went straight back to Photoshop and Illustrator. But now for most things, like there's a few people I know that they do pretty good graphics, and they use nothing but Canva. So for social media purposes, it can be effective. I'm not saying you could run a media company with it, but
yeah, but all the gifts I did prior.
Yeah.
And that was, I made them off of Canva.
Well, and there's apps out there too, which could be another fun thing. Let's talk about different apps and what the apps do. Anyways,
that'd be awesome.
There's some show ideas for us. We don't pre-script our shows, but
nope.
If you're interested in those things, reach out to Joe or I and let us know, and we'll try to get that on our P brains to talk about next Saturday. But we will be here same time, same place next week. Thank you for joining. And
channel, same bad time.
Same bad channel, same bad time. Let's get the music cranking and we'll go for it.
Awesome. Ira, feel better.
Thanks, brother. It's been fun.
It's always great.
I feel better because I got to talk to my buddy.
I know. I was thinking that. I love you, man. You're awesome.
Great day, everybody.
See you later.